Let me tell you this story about going in to see a couple, and I had the chairman of the campaign with me. This was a private school, and so I had a proposal. Remember, I always carry a proposal with me. I never go out and make a solicitation without having a written proposal with me. And so the proposal was for $50,000. So the chairman of the campaign and myself, we walk into the meeting. We sit there, and the first thing the gentleman said, he and his wife, the gentleman said, "I know why you're here, and we're going to give you $500 to the campaign." And the chairman of the campaign didn't know what to say. He just said, he sort of stuttered around a little bit. Well, thank you. And I said, "We do appreciate that. Thank you very much. However, that's not the dollar amount that's in the proposal I have with me." So his wife said, "Well, what dollar amount do you have in that proposal?" And I said, "Well, let me just tell you." And so I started with all of you know my 5 steps. And step number 2 is you tell why you're here. And I started with step number 2 and worked my way through all my 4 other steps. And remember, step number 4 is asking for the gift. So I got to step number 4 and I said, what we'd like to ask you to consider is a gift of $50,000, payable equal amounts of $16,000 plus per year over the next 3 years in support of the campaign. So he said, "Oh, if it's over 3 years, maybe we can consider that." Well, end of the story is they didn't do $50,000, but they did $15,000. You know, $15,000 is a long way from $500. Now, he was ready for us because he knew when we were coming. But the point is that you cannot let the donor dictate to you what he or she is going to give to you if you've got a different dollar amount in that proposal. Always present your proposal and always present your proposal amount. And the way I did that, if you remember what I just said, I said, that's not the dollar amount in this proposal. So it was a transition for me to start my step number 2 and tell them why we're here and work my way through till I made that ask of $50,000.